Hello student, welcome back to our MSc Second Physics Semester 3rd course, that is Physics of Semiconductor Devices, and our subject code is a PSCT 231, and we have started our fourth module, that is metal and metal insulator semiconductor devices, and in that we have covered introductory part, semiconductor metal junction, and how their Fermi energy level align, that is the alignment of the Fermi energy level of the metal and semiconductor. Also we have studied about the Schottky effect, and in this video we have to study the ideal condition and surface states at a metal semiconductor contact. So let's start. The equation derived previously described the properties of Schottky diode having an ideal metal semiconductor interface, which means that the properties of the semiconductor are not affected by the presence of the metal. In our previous videos, we derived some expression, and these expression describe the properties of the Schottky diode. We know that in the Schottky diode works on the principle of the Schottky effect, and we have studied the Schottky effect in our previous video, and also we derived some expression for the Schottky effect. So this equation describe the properties of the Schottky diode having an ideal metal semiconductor interface, and for that we have to consider the ideal semiconductor metal interface. So due to ideal metal semiconductor interface, there is no change in a property of the semiconductor material due to presence of the metal. In an actual device, the periodic nature of the semiconductor crystal is disturbed at the interface, which gives rise to large number of permitted state in the band gap of the semiconductor near the interface. We know that in a semiconductor material there is a valence band on the and the conduction band, and there is also energy gap in between the valence band and conduction band of the semiconductor material. We derive the expression we derive the equation for the ideal condition, that is a ideal metal semiconductor contact. But in a practical, there is a change in the properties of the semiconductor material. So the semiconductor crystal is disturbed at the interface, and which gives rise to large number of permitted states in the band gap of the semiconductor near the interface, and these states or these permitted states which are formed in the band gap of the semiconductor are known as the interface states or interface traps. So these states are called interface states or interface traps. So what do you mean by the interface traps and states? That is, there is a formation of the large number of permitted states in the band gap of the semiconductor when we actually brought a metal and semiconductor in a contact, and these are all the in a periodic nature. They have energy values ranging from EV to EC and are occupied by electrons if they are below the Fermi level. Suppose these interface states or interface traps are lie below the Fermi energy level of the semiconductor materials, then they must contain the electrons, because we know that below the Fermi energy level there is a levels which occupy by the electrons, and above the Fermi levels the states which are available above the Fermi level are empty. So and the interface states having energy which lies in between, that is EV to EC, that means it takes value of the energy from EV to EC, that means which lies in between the energy that is in the range of energy of the valence band and the energy of the conduction band. Consider the semiconductor before contact is made with the metal. Suppose we take the case that is when we separate or when we place the metal isolated from the semiconductor, that means there is no contact in between the metal and semiconductor. Electrons trapped in the interface states originate from the semiconductor crystal, that means there are the interface traps, and these Due to that interface traps, there is a trapping of the electrons in the interface states, and these electrons originate from the semiconductor crystal. They form a negative surface charge which creates a deflection zone in the semiconductor as shown in the figure, and due to that, due to trapping of the electron, there is a creation of the deflection zone, and due to formation of the deflection zone, there is a alignment of the energy levels or the Fermi energy, and all those which are shown in the following figure, that is in this figure, this figure shows the how the interface traps transfers the electron into the metal sign and how the energy level alignment takes place. Note the presence of the energy band curvature, that is a Q phi 0, which is equal to EF minus EV, that is the energy difference between the Fermi level of the semiconductor material and the valence band. It is nothing but the Q phi, that is the energy band curvature at the semiconductor interface, at the semiconductor surface, that is there is a formation of the band curvature, and which is denoted by Q phi 0, and it having energy, that is there is a subtraction of the energy, that is EF minus EV. Let us now bring the metal in contact with the semiconductor crystal. Up to this, we have to consider there is a isolation between the metal and semiconductor, but now bring the metal in contact with the semiconductor, then what happens? So this is the ideal condition of metal and semiconductor contact. The first figure indicate the metal and semiconductor energy band diagram, and they are isolated from each other. The right hand side of the first figure is nothing but there is a Q phi m. Q phi m is the work function for the metal, and we know that Q chi is nothing but the electron affinity as already we defined. EC is the valence band for the conduction band for the semiconductor. EF is the Fermi energy level for the semiconductor. Q phi n is the energy difference between the EC and EF, and EV is the valence band in the semiconductor. Now when we contact these two materials, that is the metal and semiconductor, then what happens? Then there is a formation of the barrier or deflection region, and which is denoted by Q phi Bn 0, which is shown in the figure, and again this barrier height is increases, and which is shown in the third figure, and there is a formation of the deflection region, and again in a final figure there is a totally formation of the deflection region in the at the metal semiconductor interface, and there is a built-in potential due to deflection region, and which is denoted by Q phi Bi. So this is the ideal condition of metal and semiconductor contact. We know that in absence of interface states, the alignment of Fermi levels was achieved by the transfer of electrons from the semiconductor to metal, resulting in the formation of the deflection zone and an upward curvature of the semiconductor energy bands. As already we discussed in the deflection region of the deflection region at the metal semiconductor contact, we discuss all those things. But we know that when we brought the metal and semiconductor in contact, if there is no interface states, then what happened? Then there is alignment of the Fermi energy levels, and this alignment of the Fermi energy levels is achieved by the transfer of electrons from where? From semiconductor to metal, and there is a formation of the deflection zone, and due to the formation of the deflection zone, there is a formation of the barrier or the upward curvature of the semiconductor energy band takes place. So in this way, the deflection zone is a form in absence of the interface states. But if we consider very large interface states density and infinitesimal upward increase of the band curvature, that is delta E, will move large number of interface states, and these states having energy, all those with energy between EF minus delta E and EF above the Fermi level. Now if we consider the very large number of the interface states, or simply we can call it as if we consider the density of the interface states is large and infinitesimal upward increase of band curvature, that is a delta E. Due to large number of the interface states, there is a increase in the band curvature, and this band curvature is denoted by delta E, and which is a infinitesimal upward increase of that band curvature will move a large number of interface state. Due to that formation of the band curvature, there is a moving of the large number of interface states. And but which interface states? The interface states which have energy which is lies in between EF minus delta E and EF. That means the interface state which have energy, that is EF minus delta E, and below the Fermi, or the energy which exactly equal to the Fermi energy level, and these interface states having the energy in this range will move above the Fermi energy level. So this is the moving of the interface states. These states will lose trapped electrons. That means in this state there is a losing of the trapped electrons, and as consequence the alignment of the Fermi levels will be accomplished by transfer of electrons from the traps into the metal. If we consider the interface traps or states, then there is no transfer of electron from semiconductor to metal, but there is a transfer of electrons, or there will be lose trapped electrons into the metal from directly the interface traps. So, and due to that transfer of electrons from the interface traps to the metal, there is an alignment of the Fermi levels instead of from semiconductor into the metal. If we consider only the when we brought the metal and semiconductor contact, there is again, we know that the Fermi level of the semiconductor material is lies above the Fermi level of the metal. So easily electrons can transfer from the semiconductor to metal, but all those things happens when there is no interface states. If we consider the interface states, then there is a transfer of electrons or the trapping of the electrons from the interface traps to the metal directly. So this is the difference between the presence of the interface states and absence of the interface states. So this is the figure of metal semiconductor surface states after contact. Now when we made a contact between the metal and semiconductor, then what happened? Then there is a interface states. So in the figure, the left hand side indicate for the metal and the right hand side for the semiconductor, and when we brought the metal and semiconductor in contact, then what happens? EFM is the Fermi energy level of the metal, Q phi b is the barrier height, and again in the right hand side EV is the valence band for the semiconductor material, and EC is the corresponding energy for the conduction band, and EF is the Fermi energy level of the semiconductor material, and there is a band gap in the semiconductor material, and which is denoted by EG, and again there is a formation of the Q phi 0, that is a band curvature of the band gap of the semiconductor, or the there is a curvature formation or the band curvature formation, that is which is denoted by Q phi 0, and this band curvature energy is lies in between the EF minus EV. So this is the metal semiconductor surface states after contact. The band curvature variation resulting from the alignment of the Fermi levels will therefore be negligible, and the height of the potential barrier is given by, that is there is a formation of the barrier due to alignment of the Fermi levels, and the band curvature may be vary, and due to the variation of the band curvature there is a formation of the there is alignment of the Fermi energy level, and due to alignment of the Fermi energy level there is a creation of the potential barrier, and this potential barrier is given by Q phi b is equal to Eg minus Q phi 0 and which is shown in the figure, that is Q phi B. The Q phi B is the barrier which is formed at the metal semiconductor interface, and this Q phi B is nothing but the Eg minus Q phi 0. So this is the expression for the barrier height or potential. In actual devices, the interface state density is moderate such that the height of the potential barrier is somewhere between Q phi B is equal to Eg minus Q phi 0 and Q phi B is equal to Q phi m minus Q chi. As already we discussed the work function of the metal and the electron affinity. So sometimes in actual devices the interface density is moderate and the height of the potential barrier somewhere vary, and this height of the potential barrier may be vary from the Q phi B is equal to Eg minus Q phi 0, that means the equation which mentioned above, and sometimes it may vary in between Q phi m minus Q chi, where Q chi is the electron affinity, Q phi m is the work function of the metal, and Q phi is the again the barrier height, and Eg is the band gap of the semiconductor, and Q phi 0 is the band curvature which is formed at the metal semiconductor junction or metal semiconductor contact. So in this way we can explain the surface states in the semiconductor and metal contact. Now in this way we have studied about the interface traps or interface states at the metal semiconductor contact. Now up to this we have covered the ideal condition and the surface states at the metal semiconductor contact. Now in our next video we have to discuss about the again with new topic, that is the deflection region which is formed at the metal semiconductor, and also we have to start with the another point. So in our next video we will start with the new point. So we will continue with that in our next video.